If I type $VOLD into my symbol selector of my ThinkorSwim charts, I am given a chart of the New York Stock Exchange volume difference. I can now see whether there is more bullish or bearish volume across the New York Stock Exchange for the day. And because this information exists within ThinkorSwim, we can utilize it in our custom coded strategies, which we're going to do in today's video. But before we get to that, let's cover some more secret charts you may not have known existed within ThinkorSwim. If I type in /BTC, I am now looking at Bitcoin futures. This is the daily price action of Bitcoin. If I type in /ES, this is the S&P 500 futures. So if you would like an idea of what the stock market is doing overnight, as futures are open all week, go to this chart, go to the intraday, and you can get that idea even before the markets open. If I type in /CL, I am now looking at light sweet crude oil futures. If you want to get an idea of what direction the price of your gasoline to fill up your car is about to go in, type in this chart. If I type in /GC, I'm looking at gold futures. If I type in /ZN, I'm looking at the 10-year US Treasury note futures. And there is all kinds of other futures charts available within ThinkorSwim. I will put the link to Charles Schwab's full list in the description below this video. You can also chart currencies within ThinkorSwim if you're interested in tracking that for how it affects stock performance, or if you're interested in trading forex. If I type in USD /, I'm going to get a list of currency pairs in which the US dollar is treated as the numerator. USD /CAD, this is the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. USD /JPY, US dollar versus Japanese yen. Also, I can type in UER, this of course being the euro, and I can now have that as the numerator. Euro /USD, this is the dollar versus the euro. Something else very cool that you can do with ThinkorSwim charts is you can directly chart the price movement of an options contract. You'll notice I currently have this chart linked to 9 Lilac. If I go over to my trade all products and I'm looking at SPY, say I'm interested in trading a SPY at the money call that expires today. I'm going to right click on the options chain that I want to trade, and down here at the bottom, I can send this options chain to that 9 Lilac link. As I go back to my charts, of course, I'm going to go into the intraday. I can now get a chart of how this option price has been moving on the day, just like you can chart a stock ticker. Also, if I come in and show my sidebars here, I can now turn on my active trader, and I can now one click trade this option just like I do a stock, rather than having to trade it through this window with right clicks and confirmation dialogues and everything else. You can make use of the powerful active trade window to trade options directly. Another fun thing you can do is you can use the plus symbol to add the values of charts together. Say you wanted to get an idea of how the consumer directory sector is doing. You could take McDonald's plus Walmart plus Target plus Home Depot. If I type these in, I'm now going to see the chart of all of these tickers added together in the movement. And just one more fun thing you can do with the addition and subtraction symbols on ThinkorSwim chart. If I type in minus a ticker, I just typed in minus SPY, it's going to flip that chart. This is mostly just kind of funny, but it can be useful. Say you're almost always a long trader, but you think you might see a short setup. Well, you can flip that chart using the minus symbol, and in its flipped state, If it looks like a good long setup to you, as that's what you're more used to looking at, then that means it could be aligning for your short setup, right? Back to the chart we started with, $VOLD. There are other charts like this that show us underlying market information that can be very helpful for a trader to help determine the direction that the overall market could be heading in. For example, $ADVNC. This measures the advanced issues of the New York Stock Exchange Composite. What that means is it is charting how many stocks are up in the entire New York Stock Exchange today. Now, this chart, it looks really ugly, right? The bars don't necessarily matter as much. It's not so much of a open, close, high, low thing like price is. So what I do on this chart, hop into my chart settings appearance, I'm going to change the chart type to a line. That cleaned this up a lot. But as you can see, right now, the markets are coming down a little bit. We're in a slight pullback. Nothing that bad yet, but a slight pullback. And you'll see in the ADVNC over the last few weeks, we have been pretty low. Right now, today, there are only like 628 stocks in the New York Stock Exchange that are advancing, that are green. Now, a chart like this, and even the chart like VOLD, I don't think they help that much in determining the direction of larger market moves. Like, what direction are we going to go in for the next few weeks or months? But what these two underlying charts can help you a lot with is determining your directional bias for the day. Hey, there are only 600 and some stocks that are advancing within the New York Stock Exchange. Maybe we should be more sell-side bias on the day today. So what we're going to do, we're going to attempt to build some custom strategies within ThinkorSwim using these market breadth charts that can help us with day trading the stock market. So here I'm running my simple MACD trading strategy. It buys when the MACD crosses up, sells when the MACD crosses down. Very simple, not a very complicated strategy. Here are the back-tested statistics of it from a custom study that I have built. I want you to take note of a couple of important things here. Total trades, 380. Average trade, $97 with a 31% max drawdown percentage. Now, if I come into the code of this study and I append onto my buy condition and the closing price of VOLD is greater than 0. That means that the current New York Stock Exchange volume is bullish. That must be true in order for this strategy to buy alongside of the MACD cross-up, correct? Now, if I hit apply on this, you'll notice the total trades drops all the way to 115, cutting like in half. The average trade jumps from like $90 all the way up to $195, and the max drawdown percentage goes from 31% down to just 18%. And that is the point of using a chart like VOLD. I jumped into the 5-minute, but back to the daily, that is the point of this chart. You can append it to existing strategies so that it adds that extra layer of confirmation. Hey, if the current volume of the New York Stock Exchange is bullish as well as your bullish setup, then let's enter that trade. Next, let's remember $ADVNC. Remember, this is the New York Stock Exchange Composite Advanced Issues. This is measuring how many stocks in the New York Stock Exchange are green on the day. Now, I can lay a line right around 1500 on this thing, and if I extend this line to the left, you will see that this looks to be a pretty solid number for, hey, if we're above this, if there are more than 1500 stocks green on the day, we should count that as a bullish day. So let's hop back over into our strategy, hop back into the source code of it, and let's change this from the close of VOLD to the close of ADVNC. And I'd already had it set up with greater than 1500 as I was testing. So now, instead of close VOLD being greater than 0 on our MACD crossover strategy, we are going to use close ADVNC greater than 1500. As I run this, as I hit apply, you will see now we have jumped to 122 trades, $189 average trade, and the max drawdown has dropped all the way down to 18%. So just about in line with our VOLD numbers, but both of which being much better than the normal strategy without utilizing these market breadth charts. If you wanted to be a little bit more precise in the underlying direction of the entire market, you can utilize the stock ticker symbol $TICK. That's $TICK. This shows you the number of stocks moving up versus the number of stocks moving down. So unlike the New York Stock Exchange Composite Advanced Indicator that just shows you the number of stocks that are green, this gives you a little bit of a combination of both. And as you can see here, I am down all the way into the 5-minute chart here, and you'll notice kind of how much faster and smoother this thing moves even on smaller time frames. So it can give you a good direction, obviously if above 0 bullish, if below 0 bearish, of the current state of the direction of the stock market. If you are interested in accessing any of the strategies or studies you've seen in today's video, they are all available for easy import over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. Our codes into the ThinkorSwim logo, and here you will be able to access over 80 different codified strategies, studies, even scanners. You can even copy my workspaces, etc., and they all come with these easy share links. In order to get, once again, any of the 80 codes into your ThinkorSwim, you simply copy the share link, set up in the top right of your ThinkorSwim, open shared item, paste, preview, and import. And just like that, whether you imported a study strategy or scanner, you simply navigate to where you open those. You type in DTS, as that's what I prefix all my codes with. Then you simply add it to your chart. And just like that, within 5 seconds and 4 mouse presses, you have any of my codes running in your ThinkorSwim. Once again, access them over at daytradingstrategies.net. Link in the description down below. Hey y'all, please like the video if you learned something. I think today was a really useful one, not only for some, kind of fun charts you can look at in your ThinkorSwim, but also some really useful ways that you can take advantage of the market breadth charts in building your own codified trading strategy. So subscribe if you would like to continue learning, and hey, go check out the website, go over, check out the price, read the review, see if it's a fit for you and something you think could help accelerate your trading journey. Sign up and become a better trader today. With all that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one.